So we see Jey Uso take on Grayson Waller because of their backstage moment after they came out to help deal with Jay, I guess. And of course Jay ends up winning. And that's why I say I still don't get it. Like I don't understand what we're doing. I don't understand what we're doing. How is he an underdog? It could be so easy to make him look like an underdog if he just got pinned, like a roll up pin on Grayson Waller. There's nothing anyone can say in the comments, I'm telling you right now, that will convince me otherwise to say that, like, oh, if he got pinned by Grayson Waller, that would hurt him. How? It wouldn't. It wouldn't. I'm not saying have him get pinned by Akira Tozawa or a random jobber that they chose to use that week. I'm not saying that. But anyway. And then at the end, Gunther comes in and chokes out Jay, which I was like, hey Gunther.
That was intense.
I loved it. But this is the thing. This is the same problem. This is something that I think that I spoke about last week. And this is very similar to what they have been doing since the Royal Rumble. And it's getting repetitive and it's getting boring. And I get that there is a long time between the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. And when you are the Rumble winner, you're not going to be competing in the Elimination Chamber. I mean, for the most part, I'm sure there is a time where that did happen. But so that isn't something that can be done in the middle, and then it's like, oh, okay, they're kind of continuing this feud or giving it a new direction or giving it new life. So all of this stuff that they're doing with Gunther and Jay, I get it. They've got to do something to like remind you that this is what the Mania match is. But like, can we, I don't know, keep them separated for a little bit? Or like, can Jay be doing other things, or can Gunther be like competing or whatever? Like, can we do something else where it's not like, oh, Gunther's in the ring and once he wins, Jay's gonna come out and try and beat him up, and then when Jay's in the ring and he wins, Gunther's gonna come out and choke him out. It's like, we don't need to see this every single week.
May I suggest an upgrade? What if Gunther just stood around ringside or was in the crowd mocking Jay, like not touching him because he doesn't need to attack him? That's not what Gunther does, but he's just mocking him the entire time.
I would love for him to be in the audience, like with a pair of Yeet sunglasses.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just like mocking Jay the entire time. Like, he should be lurking around Jay everywhere he goes when he's, at the ring. Maybe even backstage a little bit for segments, but like they should be doing more with Gunther and Jay during Jay's matches.
Yeah.
Like that's
first of all, Jay has to have a match because that was his first match, I think, since the Rumble. So like
and they were doing good, but doesn't matter. Like when he's doing his Yeats like promos and stuff to kick off the show, like Gunther should just always be lurking around Jay, because what that means is that Jay, he's that voice that you can't do it. You know, that voice that's just saying you can't be that guy. You are not a world champion, and it's personified. Like that makes it better. You know what I mean? Like I don't get why they don't do that type of shit.
Well,
it's so easy to do. It's so much better than just the old school run in.
Yeah.
Take him out afterwards. Like,
it's boring. And I'm sorry, but the way that Jay comes out to like try and protect people, he literally is. I'm sorry, I'm not saying that he's like an egomaniac, but let's say Jey Uso is a maniac, like egomaniac, because he doesn't run out. He like lets the music play for a second, and then he comes out and he's like, hey. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to be coming out here to help at Alpha Academy? They're getting their ass beat by Gunther right now. Why are you taking a moment to like soak it in and like high five fans? Like, I don't understand that. But I still don't understand why we're not making him look like an underdog. Again, I see that Richard does not agree with me. Grayson Waller is not a rookie, first of all. So I don't know.
No.
Richard said that.
What?
But no. I'm not saying that he has to lose all the time. I don't want to get into this argument again, but I just don't understand. Like, you need to make people believe the story that you're putting in front of them. If I'm supposed to believe that Jey Uso is an underdog, you're doing a really bad job at that, because if anything, you've made it look more like he's the favorite. And as I've said already, I said, because like everybody's behind him, the entire locker room, the entire fan base, the higher ups like Triple H, like how does that not make him like the favorite? It doesn't matter if his wrestling skills are not up to par with Gunther's. That doesn't matter. But I don't know. We'll see. They definitely need to do something different, because they're still, by next week, there will be 5 weeks until Mania. So they're going to have to figure out a way to make this interesting.